just can't wait no more. Let's fast forward straight to the dance floor. No passport, take you on tour. Let's transport straight to the course. I can't wait to see how you move. Sound waves, but I'm still in tune. Head rest, but I keep my cool. But we still getting hotter than the stove top. When the bass go boom, make your head rock. Married to the rhythm, it's a wedlock. Now we got the whole party in a headlock.
You see the sparks are flying. Let's get this thing ignited. This heat gon' start a fire. This heat gon' start a fire.
We gon' light it up. 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 We gon' light it up.
I'm coming up with my own beat. Feel the rhythm in my feet. Every eye looking at me. Now we're going a new speed. Run it up, come alive. Hit the ground, feel the vibe. What you want? You take a ride. Know it's good. Feel the vibe. Run it up, come alive. Hit the ground, feel the vibe. What you want? You take a ride. You know it's good. Feel the vibe. Got that glow inside on me, shining bright for all to see. Gonna take you by surprise, the way it's going on tonight. I'm coming up with my own beat, feel the rhythm in my feet. Every eye looking at me, now we're going.
るまで BDM をしてから終わり。戻していいよ。
So glad you made it. Party's just beginning. I'm on your playlist, and I like the feeling. Stay a while, but just sitting idle. We don't have to be here, we can go a million miles. Live in the moment, it's so overrated. When I play the game, it's my only entertainment. Now we're not socializing, put me on an island. Got that egomania, and don't care what the price is. Don't care what the price is, don't care what the price is. Got that egomania, and don't care what the price is. Don't care what the price is, don't care what the price is. Got that egomania, and don't care what the price is. I've been preparing, made for the big screen. I play.
wildest dreams. Gotta get on up, gotta get on down. Let's get on up and get down right now. Gotta get on up, gotta get on down. Let's get on up. All you gotta do is get on up if you wanna get down. All you gotta do is get on up if you wanna get down. Make a move, baby. You can't lose, baby. Make a move, baby. All you gotta do is get on up if you wanna get down. All you gotta do